If you've clicked on an ad in Instagram, or someone has referred you to a WhatsApp chat from Facebook, for instance, or any other social media profiles, and you see this logo, do not respond to them. They're about to scam you. It's basically going to be a fake gambling investment website. They will ask you in the same way that All Shall World would ask you to take care of a client's account, and you'll be given a commission. And sure enough, they will actually pay you some commission, a very small amount, say between $5 and $8. But then they will push you to open your own account and to deposit your own money. So this is the website bg-88.com, and it's quite convincing if you don't know what you're looking for. But basically, you're going to be registering in this website to deposit money to place bets on matches. The premise is that you need to bet on the wrong score. So for example, if you bet that the score will be 3-3, then you need the score to be any other score other than 3-3 in order to win. So you can either do this in what they call the part-time job, where you're placing bets on behalf of one of their clients and you earn a commission, which only lasts for a short period of time as a trial, or you can then invest your own money and get the full profits. I was unable to establish exactly where these scammers were based, as they were actually using a VPN. When I dropped an IP trap, this is the result that was returned. After rooting around in the website and looking at the HTML, I found this website that was hosting some of the images, and the automated emails were also coming from an email address that was used from this particular domain. This domain could quite possibly belong to the Cocoa Islands, which is an Australian territory, which would make sense that it's based somewhere more into the Far East, as when I looked at some of the JavaScript files for the website, there were Chinese characters in the website. It's possible that this scam is being run from the Philippines or from China or Hong Kong. The scam is basically a pyramid scheme. So you will be invited into a WhatsApp group, and in that WhatsApp group there will be someone who is aspiring to be an agent, and you will be asked to invest money and to become part of the team in order to escalate through these different levels of memberships. And each level of membership gives people a certain amount of protection, that if they lose bets they will not lose a certain amount of money. So it works in exactly the same way that multi-level marketing schemes work, where you need to work your way up through the hierarchy and keep investing more money. One of the most outrageous red flags that this scam has is that it pretends that it had an article published in the Independent and that it's copied it to its own website here, which just has a link to a WhatsApp group, and it's not something that you're going to see published in the Independent. I did of course confront them about this website and showed them that all of the reviews at the bottom of the page were completely fictitious, that there was no way that an author could reply to it, and if it was from the Independent then the author would never reply to it anyway. This would just be an active comment section. But as you can see from the inspector of the web page at the bottom, all of this was manually inputted. They gave me no satisfactory answers, and neither did they give me the original Independent article, which, if you were trying to gain credibility, you would share the direct link to anyway. This didn't leave me much time with the scammers after that. They effectively booted me from the WhatsApp group. But there is some good news about this particular scam, that our group, when we came together, were able to actually intervene and stop everyone in the WhatsApp group from actually being scammed. So a big shout out to Tom in our group, who did actually manage to intervene and stop one of these people being scammed. After I was booted from the group, I contacted each member of the chat individually, and they all left. So for an entire week I was able to stop that entire WhatsApp group from making any money whatsoever. And I just thought that this one particular person that was in the group was worth showing to the scammers in this video, that even when I told them that it was a scam, this person knew that it was, and all that they were going to do is take the free money that they give out to try and convince you to invest more. So I guess people aren't as convinced by this one as it might seem. One of the stranger aspects of this scam is that the scammers will actually talk to you over the phone and send you voice messages, and the people who you're going to be talking to, apart from Millie, who I will bring to your attention shortly, are potentially just other victims that are trying to work their way up the ladder in the pyramid scheme in order to recruit more people in the belief that they're going to get bigger protection and bigger profits. So it's very difficult to convince people who are that embroiled into a scam that they're actually in a scam, and it's harder to tell if they're lying because they don't know that it's a scam, and so they're going to be the best ones to convince you because they're not going to be as defensive. So just watch out for this one because it can be quite deceiving. What they will generally do is add all of your friends to their profile, and then they will use that to garner trust from you and invite you to the WhatsApp group. Just like Or Shall World, the login page always has the same credentials that are passed to every single person that they contact. So the account and the password was always the same that was given to multiple people. So this is the account and password that was given to someone else who's in the group, and these are the ones that were given to me, and they look very similar to Or Shall World's passwords as well, with the KK. There's a lot of K's that are usually in them, so it makes me wonder whether they're getting these platforms from a particular place. There is one website that I'm looking into that is quite possibly providing all of these platforms to the scammers. Once I've got more information on that, I will publish it on this channel. So this is Millie posing in a McLaren F1. She actually disclosed to me that she is in fact an employee and not somebody who's actually recruiting. So she's going to be the type of person that's going to introduce you into the scam, and she will also handle any disputes, i.e. whenever you start to ask too many questions, and then she'll just boot you. As I explained before, these scammers will actually call you and leave you voice messages. Here's a little sneak preview of Millie's voice. A bit there.
Sure. One moment, I'm on call. Yeah, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, hi.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you hearing me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah, we deal with incorrect scores. Do you understand when I say incorrect?
Yeah, so you're saying that if I bet for the score to be 1-0, it needs to be anything but 1-0.
Yep. Like we said, like this game and score we choose solid, that means this game it cannot end like this.
Millie claims to be from Ethiopia and to be living in White City, which may or may not be possible, but as I explained earlier, she was using a VPN, so it was impossible for me to know for sure. But she did invite me around for Christmas dinner. So when you say I can meet you, does that mean you'll just like contact me where with like an address or something?
You can?
Yeah, sure.
Sorry?
Why not? Yeah.
Yeah, sure, I will let you know. But for me to have a time, maybe you'll have a time in the like 20 to 20 next Christmas.
I wonder if I'm still invited, given that she's blocked me and removed me from the group. We'll wait and see. In the group, the scammers were discussing about how there was a previous site. They gave me the link to that site, which is now non-existent. When I looked at all the dates for any domain that they shared with me, those domains are no more than a few months old, and the websites have already vanished. This is one of the domains that they shared, bg77.net. As you can see, it was created in August and it's already vanished. After playing around with the URLs, I also found this website, which is also another link to their WhatsApp, to GTT, who will then put you in touch with BG Sports. This is another fake site which would have related to bg77.net, as you can see from the date. After playing around with the URLs some more, I found this website called Big Gaming, which, as you can see, uses US dollar tether transactions, which is the same as pretty much every scam that I come across on WhatsApp. But the BG prefix was used for every single website that these guys shared. And so you can see here that they are well within the territory that we usually find are the culprits of these sort of scams, in particular Cambodia and the Philippines. I'm currently contacting them at the moment to see what sort of packages they do provide, to see how much it costs to set up one of these scams. As I said before, I will publish this in another video. Another restriction that they put on people who have not yet invested is that you cannot invite other people. Only people who have invested and who want to become an agent themselves in the pyramid scheme can invite other people and join them via their links, which they will often share on Facebook and Instagram. So this is from Millie. You can invite when you are an official member, and when they want to join, they join under your links. A quick search in the search engine shows that this website, BG Sport, is being reproduced in multiple languages. If you see this website anywhere, be warned, it's going to be a scam. This is a link that was found that had the same logo as the guys that I was talking to, and they actually have, apart from several dead links that don't really go anywhere, they do actually have a video of how they're going to try and convince you that their pyramid scheme is actually legitimate. So we're going to play that for a bit of fun.
Revenue turnover method. For a simple example, let's first set ourselves a goal of earning $100. Assuming our principal is $100 and assuming a 1% return per match, and invest 3 matches per day, we can successfully make $205 from $100 in 24 days, reaching our goal. When we reach $500, we continue to invest the $500 and discover that it only takes 24 days to earn $1,024. And finally, when we have $1,000 in principal and continue to invest $1,000, it takes only 23 days to earn $2,000. That is the power of income turnover. What we need to do is to keep the funds in the account to continue to invest after making profits, so that we can achieve our expected goals in a shorter and shorter time. Maybe you feel nothing about $100, but what if it's $5,000? Or $10,000, and the time is getting shorter and shorter.
So it's just going to keep hypnotising you by increasing the number and making you think that those returns are actually going to happen, when what's going to happen is you're going to put the money in and it's going to get rugged. I thought it might be worth putting this comedy sketch up where the scammer in the group said that if you're not interested in making free money, then just leave, and consequently 3 people just left immediately.
Ali speaking, how can I help you?
Hi, I was just wondering whether you could give me an idea of whether or not you can bet the wrong score for a football match. Is that something
What do you
that...
mean, sir?
So
we don't, like a wrong score, like a team not to win, like 1-0 or something like
no, no. So I would say, right, the score is not going to be 3-3. So as long as the match doesn't end 3-3, then I win.
Yeah.
Is that...
As far as I'm aware, sir, no, we don't offer that, unfortunately.
Right, okay.
As far as I'm aware.
The reason why I was asking you about this is that there's a scam betting site out there that is claiming to be offering that service, the ability to do that wrong bet. And I was just wondering what it would be like if I contacted, a legitimate broker, like what they would pay out.
Or... I'm pretty sure, so we don't know. I've never heard of that bet before. So, and I used to work in shop as well.
Yeah.
So we've never offered anything like that. So.
Okay, and yeah, because it's quite an unusual one, isn't it? Like so.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That's quite an open-ended bet, because if you do 3-3, it's not a lot of matches that happen 3-3, isn't it? So I don't think we would offer.
Well,
like
you'd lose too much, wouldn't you?
Well, one of the reasons why I don't think we would offer that market share.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, it's not fair. It's not fair on us. Then it's a hard market for us to advertise, I would think.
Which ultimately leads me to, gives me further evidence really to say that this is just some sort of pyramid scheme. So they're saying that also that you can't lose, that if the score does come through, there's a hedge fund that covers your losses up to a certain amount depending on what tier you're in, and it's just ridiculous. So thank you for...
I'm not aware of anything like that, so no worries.
Yeah, thank you for filling in those blanks. That like no legitimate broker would offer that, because it's just too. It wouldn't be in your interest to offer it.
Yeah.
It's too open ended. Yeah, that's right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Cheers. All right.
Thank you for your call.
Take care. All right. Bye.
Bye.